let's get back into it.
Into this orgies.
Yeah.
So Nana, the Melanin Queen. Where does the name come from, the Melanin Queen?
Well, clearly.
Yeah, you have a lot of melanin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Yeah.
I think you need the glasses, John.
Why?
Because you didn't know where the melanin queen comes from.
No, I mean, I know she's from Africa.
I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to continue that.
Yeah. So this is like you just celebrating
Yeah,
your...
so that's just me celebrating melanin and melanated girls.
Yeah.
And people in general.
And
then Nana is some of my friends used to call me. My real name is actually Nancy. That's
Nancy.
Yeah. Nancy.
Nana
Nana
sounds
is not-
cooler. Sounds cuter.
Nancy Drew.
Yeah,
Remember
so
loving
Nancy-
What
those
did she
novels?
draw though?
What?
What did Nancy draw though?
You
never know.
Did you read those detective novels though?
I didn't.
Just in case
I actually
people miss the reference.
No, I
For
mean,
the joke.
I remember the
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I get it.
So there's people who read Nancy Drew and others who watch Scooby-Doo. It's the same thing, but just dumbed down.
Yeah, exactly.
ghosts
And it's
and
also got
demons.
a bit more sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
Like every time Fred is like,
They always disappear.
let's split up. I'm gonna go with Daphne and Velma. Fred, you go with Scooby. You know, and then he's just like holding
Yeah.
Daphne. Yeah, you guys are definitely.
But
gonna
wait,
go
who
for
goes with Scooby and what do they do with Scooby? And how comes a dog... Why?
Shaggy and Scooby, and the dog talks too.
So what do you think Shaggy and Scooby get up to?
And he looks. I mean, look at his name, Shaggy, and he actually low-key also looks a bit, scruffy and
Shaggy.
stuff. He looks like the kind of guy might be into bestiality.
Might be shagging a dog.
Yeah. Oh, Shaggy dog.
Shaggy the shaggiest.
Yeah.
He's
But
Shaggy.
anyway, your real name is Nancy.
Yeah, my real name is Nancy. So some of my friends used to call me Nana.
You were...
And that's how I got my artist name.
If I remember correctly, you were... Like, this is one of the ways you got into the industry. You were a backup singer for Nadia Mukami, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, just
That's-
to
yeah.
loop people in, she's actually a singer.
She's a musician.
Yeah.
Apart from being a Melanin Queen.
So that's not what got me into the industry.
Okay.
I got into the industry first. I've been there for some few years. I only started working with Nadia last year.
Oh, okay. So you're currently working with her
Yeah,
still?
I did the last gig with her 2 weeks ago
Wow.
in Eldoret. Yeah.
What's it like being a backup vocalist? Do you practice like a lot? Because give us some examples of some songs you were in.
Yeah, I'd actually like to know what entails being a backup vocalist.
Because you don't sing that much in
I
the
do.
song, within the song.
Yeah, in the song, but it's pretty much the same work. Like, because you have to know the whole song. If you're gonna do it live, sometimes the artist might forget the lyrics.
So you
And
have
need
to
to
step
fill in. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to step in. Like, on stage, anything can happen. So you still have to know
Right.
everything. Like, you have to know the whole song, and then you still have to know the backups.
Wow.
And
Right.
yeah.
And what inspired you to start your journey as a musician? Like, what
Yeah,
made
because
you
I got
decide
it
to
wrong
start
clearly.
singing?
So what got you into it in the first place?
I've always been singing since I was like little. I used to join my mom in the choir in
Right.
church.
It's nice.
Yeah. And
Do we actually have a sample of Nana's song? I don't think we have one.
Well, we're gonna put one in post, but you can give us
Yeah.
a sample.
For the last time, nakuwaza we. Usiku mchana nilidhani we. Moyo utapoa, sidhani. I will move on from you, dhahiri shahiri. It's been 4 months since you left and I can't get you off my mind. And it's giving me hell, nadhani. I'm still in love with you. Umenichanganyisha, I'm still in love with you. Umenipagawisha, I'm still in love with you.
You could sing
The Gordons has
one of your personal favorites.
affected the voice.
Well, we enjoy this Gordon's Gin and Tonic.
Because you do have a new song. I saw it on TikTok.
I do. I released a jam 4 months ago. Yeah, it's called Niache Nipendwe. It's on YouTube and every other platform. So
Maybe you
check
could
it
sing the
out.
chorus for us.
Yes.
Okay. Niache nipendwe hadi che hadi che moyo unapiga kwa raha anipe te anipe niache nipendwe hadi che hadi che moyo unapiga kwa raha anipe te anipe.
Wow.
I can't do that if I try.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe next year I could try.
that was captivating.
Yeah, we all
I bet you could
quiet.
do that if someone like crushed your balls or something. Like torture.
You know that
You
was,
probably
that was like an
you'd,
instant remix. Niacheni Finwe.
you'd see all your country's secrets.
Yeah.
Like ah! You'd give
But
away
would
all
that be a
the,
good singer though?
what?
And then they adjust the grip to change the tune. Like,
Like a fucking control. No, that's beautiful. That's really cool. I can see the talent. So
you know what?
Why are you
Let
laughing?
us laugh for a bit. Because sometimes I feel like if you cut laughter short, it will come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
You'll be talking about something very sad.
It's like holding back a fart.
It
It comes back as shit.
Very interesting
Analogy. You should not. Anyway, so
So how did you move from the choir to like actually pursuing it as a career?
wait, did she start in the choir?
Yeah, she said so.
I did. I was in the choir when I was in primary. I used to join my mom, so I used to sing in the choir. I was like,
Right.
really-
Right.
and then
mhm,
I was in the music club
mhm.
in high school. But now when I joined campus, I didn't do a lot of music per se. I was doing a lot of like modeling and fashion.
Yeah.
And then so when I cleared campus, I went back into the music because like music is my first love. So I knew eventually I'm gonna go back to it.
So when you say music is your first love, what kind of
Yeah.
music do you listen to? I always ask this to musicians because I feel like, funny enough, most of the time you find that they don't listen to the type of music they make.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Because I actually like even my Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
My number one is Amapiano.
Wow.
And that's not what I.
Piano fans in the house.
Yeah.
Are you planning on making anything to do with Amapiano?
Most certainly, yes. I have something in the works, but usually, like, that's not.
It's not your thing.
It's
not
not
like
the
your...
genre. Yeah, I always think about it, but then I've not actually gone into studio to record. Like,
Let me ask you
a
something
piano
interesting.
song.
So when you're starting out your music journey, how do you decide to focus on a specific genre? Is it you think, okay, my voice would probably be suited to this? Or is it like, I don't know, because you, as you said, you listen to different music.
And just before you answer that, what genre would you categorize your music as?
Good question.
My music is mostly urban and zouk.
Zouk. Not many
Urban
people
and
know
zouk.
Zouk actually.
I don't know Zouk.
It's
I'm
like-
most
You
people.
know zouk.
Most people is me.
It has a lot of Latin
A lot of
influences.
artists in Bongo actually do zouk.
Mhm.
And
So what's Zouk like? Like how do you know Zouk?
I'm
like
trying to find a
what,
popular
what are
song
the
to
characteristics
give an
of Zouk?
like my song, the one I just released, that's zouk. This J Melody does zouk. Do you know J Melody? Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
type of music is zouk.
Mhm.
Mario.
Mario.
You guys
Although
know
Mario-
Oh, those like those
Yeah,
those
that's
Tanzanian bongo songs which is like love songs.
It's not
and
necessarily
it's like-
Tanzanian.
Yeah.
Because even Zouk, I think, is a West African word, I think, because it came from like West Africa and Congo.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe so. I'm
Oh,
not
I
correct.
didn't know
Don't quote
that.
me on
Okay.
So it's just the producers play around with it and it sounds a bit different, but it's
There's probably like a few songs we can reference to like give people an idea of what Zouk is, but then I don't have any at the top. of
Let
my
me
head.
check
Yeah.
out actually examples of Zouk songs.
I think J Melody is a very good example.
But I think that's like a
the
local
Zouk
one.
sound.
There's probably a more international,
Yeah,
like the
there's
popular
more.
one.
Yes.
So how would
Like
you spell
Latinas-
Zouk? Is it
Z-O-U-K.
Latinas actually do a lot of zouk.
Yeah, because it has a lot of
Latinas.
like Latin
Yeah.
influences.
okay? So what is Zouk
It
music?
has some salsa feel in it.
So as Ramsey is looking for
So-
that, so how did you decide on Zouk specifically? Like, what made you decide on that? Because it might help like an aspiring
Yeah.
singer who's not sure about what genre to go after.
So like for
Especially
me,
when you're coming from
yeah.
being a choir singer, it's like
Yeah.
it's like you're not going to sing gospel. So what do you do?
So for me,
Yeah.
so So for me personally, I feel like I've had phases as I was growing up, because I had a phase where I was just listening to hard rock in high school.
Those XFM
yes,
days.
Like nobody
You
understands.
listen to Farid Kimani and Nick Ndeda a lot in those XFM days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I would listen the whole day.
Yeah.
You feel so edgy listening to XFM.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was like the cool thing to do. Like you used to think you were so special because you don't listen to Kiss, you listen to
Feel like you stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a geek.
And so like you experiment. So you've tried many different genres.
I have an R&B song out. Like I've tried different genres over time, and so I think you just like on the journey you figure out what suits you and what you like.
Yeah. I think what we're gonna do in post is we're gonna try and put in a few snippets from some of Nana's songs so the audience can get a feel, and then in the description we can include links to her, a link to her YouTube.
That you don't love me anymore. What can I do to make things right? Nakuse kama unaenda. Please take my heart with you. I won't need it anymore if I don't have you. It seems like my whole world is falling apart. Nobody can fix it.
There's
Like, where do you produce most of your music? Is it on
before
YouTube?
Before you skip this, there's like that specific song. I remember the dance challenge you put on TikTok. I think
That's the one I just.
Well. So what do people search for when they go on TikTok for that particular dance
Oh, sorry, yeah. What?
For that particular challenge.
Okay, yeah.
It's just Nana TMQ everywhere.
Nana
Across
TMQ.
every platform.
Alright.
Have you always called yourself Nana TMQ?
Yeah, I mean it was the Melanin Queen before, so.
It's a bit, you were like, it's
I
too
just
long.
shortened it
Yeah.
because every time I would
It's
go
too
for
long
a
is what
gig,
she
they
said.
Oh
were
my
like,
god,
your name is too long.
another Melanin Queen. Another Melanin Queen. Every time you have to say it, like, you're like,
It's too long, so I had to shorten it. I had to be creative.
Okay, Wikipedia isn't like telling me much about it. It says it was
But you
like,
do have other things associated with
yeah.
Melanin Queen, right? You have a denim brand, I believe.
I do.
Yeah, she makes customized denim.
Oh yeah?
jackets.
Do you have examples of your work? Do you have like pics?
Yeah, of course.
I do. I have them
Yeah,
on
you could show
social
us.
media.
Got pics?
Well,
It's
okay.
Melanated, my business. I don't know calling it a business, it's a brand.
Let's
My
see
brand
that.
is Melanated by TMQ.
Melanated by TMQ. Let's look
Yeah.
for that.
Have been made
Actually,
black.
just turned 2 years in November.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not legal yet.
It needs its ID
Not
first.
yet.
Yeah.
But I
It's
feel
probably
like
still shitting its
business-wise,
diapers.
But afterwards,
I'm almost
Reported
legal.
trained.
yeah.
Business-wise.
You hear that? You
Oh
perverts
yeah.
who want to do business with her? It's almost legal.
Oh yeah, I can see it. But I'm seeing the Melanin Queen. I'm not seeing Melanated. Let me check
Melanated
accounts. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is so cool. We're gonna have some of these showing in the episode so people can see. You can see this, John.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's some really nice
I actually want to
denim.
make an order. We should probably order something.
Yeah, I think I'll probably get like some denim as well. Oh my god, this is so
Please
cool.
do.
So you do this yourself? Like you make them yourself, or you have like a network of tailors and underage kids working in sweatshops? You know.
Not underage. But I do work with a tailor.
Very legal.
Very legal, please.
Barely.
I do work with a tailor. I have a tailor that I work with, and I also have an artist. Because it's things I can do, but then when you're doing business, like you can't be everywhere and you can't do everything.
You can be everything.
Yeah, you can't be everything. So
Right. But
for
I just
me,
wanted to
it's
verify
like-
that you in fact like this is a skill you have.
I do.
You
I can
can-
actually paint. I can paint on canvas.
Wow.
I can paint on paper. I can
Wow.
draw.
Wow.
So when I started out, like that was the whole idea. Because
Yeah, I
the
just wanna
first
say-
few pieces I actually
Wow.
did them myself.
Is this something you did in
find-
school or you taught yourself?
You know, it's really crazy because I was very good in art when I was in primary school, but then I didn't take it up until way like after campus. So I think for me it's more of a talent and not really like something I had to start learning because it's something that I've always been good at.
I would
you
say
did-
I find it really inspiring people like you actually go after the things that they're talented in and then they're passionate about, like because art and music, they're not really like careers that are really encouraged in our society.
Absolutely.
In Africa.
And you said you did modeling and fashion or something in uni. So
uni. Even in high school.
Especially for fashion, the ability to draw really came in handy.
Yeah.
And modeling, I mean, I guess you could have made that into a career. Obviously, you're the word model. Why didn't you try to, go that way?
I don't know. I feel like I just outgrew it. Honestly, like
Your first love
I
was
usually
music.
What didn't you like about it? Like, what didn't you like about the modeling industry?
As a dark-skinned girl, it was a bit difficult for me.
Really?
Yeah. I actually say this
like, give us
every
some
time
experiences.
when I go for an interview and they ask me. It was a bit challenging for me.
Oh, that's so colorist of
They don't want
the
they
industry.
don't
Like
want
colorism
dark-skinned
is actually a thing. It's just people don't.
Because,
really
like,
talk
the
about
reason why
it
I'm
as
surprised
much.
is because, like, for example, Sudanese models are making
Yeah.
waves out there.
No, but it's only like one
But
or
not
two.
locally. When you
Yeah.
actually pay attention, you will see the dark skin models on like the international
Very rare.
platforms.
You're right, actually.
But like when you come home,
Yeah.
it's quite the
very
opposite.
rare. Light
It's quite
skin.
the opposite.
I'd love to understand that phenomenon. What is it about, like,
Which
you
is
know,
crazy.
it's an inferiority.
what is it about us that
Yeah.
makes us value lighter complexions?
It's
with
an
darker
inferiority
complexions?
complex from the days of slavery. Like
Yeah.
they would associate the white person with as being the ruler.
Mm.
So they would think the closer you are to them, the closer you are to superiority. So it's an inferiority
Absolutely.
complex that's been
Yeah.
inherited. Like
It
you
must
find
be
people-
like such a powerful mind virus.
I mean,
because it
even-
persists.
even in Sheng, you have things like rangi yatha. Why is it yatha?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
light skin. That's all there
It's
is.
just like even
But-
even when it comes to
Well, yeah,
videos,
that would
let's
sound
not
pretty
even
weird
go
with
for
the new
music
currencies.
videos. When you look
But
at
it's still
music
brown,
videos,
Orange-ish. The new 1000.
You probably look like you have John.
At least see rangi yes. Yeah. So rangi yes.
Blue
That's anduma.
no,
or something. I don't even remember what
Wait,
color
that
it is.
term doesn't
Is it purple or something?
rangi yes. So
Yeah, I don't remember what color the note is.
it's purple.
It's purple.
It's like a duma.
Wow, you're sick, man. If you look like that, there's something wrong.
There's something
You need
wrong with
medical attention.
Maybe you're not human. All right.
Maybe we can jump into the first topic. I think
Maybe.
we can find out more
Maybe.
about Nana as we go along.
So I don't know about this story about a bride canceling a wedding on the day of. Like he didn't give sources, but the story is happy never.
I'm guessing it's
after.
trending on social media
Ah,
for him to show it
okay.
here. It's like, okay,
So
so
the
this
argument
bride
is-
canceled a wedding just hours to the ceremony and said she needed more time to make up her mind. It's probably worth looking to see if there's a video of it online so you can have the snippet. Bride cancels wedding days to the ceremony.
Imagine if you said that every time you're typing out porn. Sugar daddy.
Yeah, it's literally on Tuco News. It's
Can-
like from 6 days ago.
Oh, whose
Okay.
bride though?
What the
It's-
fuck
it's
is
not-
wrong with my phone?
It's not Gordon's bride. By the way, today we're drinking.
How does it taste?
We're drinking
Yeah,
Gordon's. Gordon's
talk
and
about
tonic.
it
That's
while
what they
it's-
call it. It's
Yeah.
like gin and tonic.
Gardens.
They say it's perfectly mixed, and I tend to agree because it's like not too sweet, not too sour. Give us a lady's perspective on the pink version. This is the purple version.
I actually really like it. If you like gin, but like you don't like it
That much. You don't like it. You don't like it publicly. It's a sneaky link.
Because for me, I really love gin. I love gin. Like gin is my drink. But every time I'm having gin, I have to mix it with like soda. So this is like a perfect,
The perfect drink for you.
yeah,
And it's
a
5%
perfect
alcohol, so it's not-
combination.
It's not
It's
too.
the right
common.
amount of sweet, and
Yeah.
I don't like bitter. I don't like bitter drinks.
But it's not as sweet
Yeah.
as something like a Smirnoff Ice Black or
No.
Black Ice as we call it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a YouTube video of it. Alright, so we're gonna have this in the video. Okay, so my internet connection is shit.
Do you want to shout them out so that they can improve their service?
It's not Safaricom, it's fucking Google Pixel.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it just keeps dropping the network. I'm gonna try to connect to the Wi-Fi. Can't be played in the background. I'm not trying to play it in the background because you just play it now.
Talk to me
Fucking
nicely.
already. Okay,
Oh,
so
wait, the bride was Kenyan.
yeah, it's a Bomet story.
It's an international
Oh, shit.
story.
No,
Yeah,
it
that
happened in
was
We
it.
were
Bomet.
talking about it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, people are following news in Bomet.
Yeah.
Bomet. Na sitaki kuelewa.
Leo imekuwa siku yangu ya harusi, lakini tumetumikika kwa chana, tulifika tukaambiwa isiendelea
Is it this one?
because of
this one.
delay of some letters. But we were waiting for the day like never before.
So apparently she's trying to set the record straight.
Ningependa kuambia watu wa matandao wa
This is the lady who declined the line.
Yeah.
Sami mbato niko nyumbani.
She looks like she would decline a lot of things.
Let me see it.
Is she bold? Like sex with the lights on? No, thank you.
Ningesema kusema sitaki hiyo. Sitaki hiyo style.
Sasa vile tuliambiwa hamwezi endelea na harusi ya tulifanya leo. Sasa tukachia. Kila mtu alikuwa na machozi, kila mtu alikuwa analia.
Anyway, I'll have that played, but like the full story is
It's like a composition.
the girl is called Nelly. So this wedding was supposed to happen in Bomet, and
How romantic is that?
yeah, like days of the ceremony she cancels. The thing is, like based off of reports, this lady had been dating this guy for like 6 months, but before that she'd had an ex who she dated for 5 years. So guys are like kind of theorizing that maybe she had a change of heart at the last moment.
Just to go back to 5 years of bliss.
This reminds me of that funny story of that NBA player.
Which one?
Who canceled, I forget his name, but he canceled his marriage to some slave queen or some girl because she refused to sign a prenup. Did you ever hear that story?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think I remember that.
It's really interesting actually. Like I actually think you should listen to it. NBA player cancels wedding because of prenup.
XXX.
XXX. Getting to the bad neighborhoods of YouTube. Maybe you should start searching because you
search.
probably have like a really good connection.
You said basketball player does what with his wife?
Cancels wedding because wife. Here it is. I actually have, but this is long. It's like there are like some highlights to it. But like actually we could like have this video from Abba and Preach because there are like sections of it.
Wait, that would be too long though.
I'll keep forwarding. That's what she said. I'll keep forwarding it to the key bits. A few moments later, I swear the interconnection is.
Once I share my game and my ups and downs with the youth, so they won't make these same mistakes. Once again, this
time I brought it to her, and I'm glad to have my boys there. They was like, "Bro, you can't do that, bro. You work too hard. Like, it's something up." You know what I'm saying? So I called it off. I end up wasting like close to $400,000 on the wedding. Just wasted, and we end up just partying, and our relationship never been the same.
is not to demean anyone. This story is not to demean anyone, right? It's just the truth. It's facts. It ain't no made up shit. Everything I'm finna tell y'all is all facts.
Listen to this.
You don't believe in prenups. Nah, it all makes
Because she
sense.
chose the pastor that was supposed to.
I ain't getting married. Damn what you believe in. I put everything in God's hand. And God is telling me to put the pen in her hand and make her sign this goddamn prenup before I get married. That's what God's telling me. So God telling me and you two different things, partner. As that's going on, Steph Marbury grows crazy.
She starts crying and shit. She gets hysterical and stuff.
He has a point.
It kind of reminds me of the story about the lady who canceled the wedding. Reminds me of that because it was like a whole thing.
Do you
Really
think she was
trended.
being selfish?
I mean, the video that we didn't watch but just played was her apparently explaining why she canceled the wedding. But like, there's a lot of division because at least on the basis of people are saying that since she was making a lifetime choice, she has the right to back out at the last minute. And others are like, she should have made that decision much longer before.
Yeah, but like you can't know the dynamics of the relationship and
a
what was
lifetime
going
choice.
on.
And a lifetime
That's the
choice.
thing.
Yeah.
The lifetime choice aspect is just psychological because there's divorce and things like that. It's not like backing out on the day of the wedding is similar to divorce, really, if you think about it.
No.
How?
No.
Like, it's
I think
already
divorce
made a
is a
commitment.
lot more impactful.
It is
yeah.
more impactful, like financially. But then, if you've already made a commitment, you've already gotten the community committed to it by like having them changa and do raise funds or whatever.
I mean, I don't care about any of that. I'd gladly back out because
But I mean,
the community
all that
won't be
commitment-
living with me in my marriage.
Nah, but all that commitment is the same as backing out when you're already married. So That's what I think.
No, I don't think it's the same.
But
way.
if you have a different opinion, let us know.
If you back out before, it's better because what if she got married and then things
Because there's also the other thing.
Divorce after a month.
There's also the other thing about divorce does take its toll on you emotionally, financially, and if you have kids and now you have to kind of split that stuff, not to mention the wealth and all of that, that is a much larger consequence than just disappointing the village. You know, so
exactly.
It makes
or
more sense.
Scamming the village because you've taken their money. And there's no cake, there's no
if
guy.
they contributed, I suppose. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like there's nothing to this story in the sense that it's probably pretty common. A lot of people probably back out of marriages on the day or weddings on the day of, and they have their reasons. And I think it's a valid time to back out, personally.
So if someone backed out of a wedding with you in that similar fashion, would you still continue dating them? Like if someone turns down a marriage proposal?
No, of course not. I mean, but by that time, that's as good as trashing the relationship. Why would you continue dating someone? It's like if someone rejected your marriage proposal in public, would you continue dating them?
But what if they're not ready?
Hell no.
Exactly.
No, I mean, what if they're not ready? What if they love you but they're not ready?
I mean, this is public humiliation is the thing.
But who told you to go in
by the time
public?
there's a proposal,
No, but
you guys already have been dating for a minute.
Guys, it's not a must that you go out in public to propose to your would-be or would not be wife.
It's a nice gesture.
I mean, you can propose in private. So, public humiliation is
Proposing in private is, hedging your bets.
Exactly.
Just in case
More people
you reject me. But I kind of feel like people would know. I kind of feel like you kind of know if someone is likely to accept or reject your marriage proposal.
Exactly.
Assuming, if you've been dating for a while, you kind of know how it feels, where it's going and shit.
And that's why I think you can still keep dating even after the proposal bounces because it can work.
No, not if it's public humiliation.
So. Public humiliation is on you. Nobody asked you to go out in public.
No, it's not on you.
It is, because who told you? Did she ask to be proposed to?
Maybe I'm just a romantic person.
No, that's your problem.
Yeah, but hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jean. There's something you don't understand. By the time someone agrees to date you, okay? Let's say you are a fucking exhibitionist or whatever. Yeah, exactly. And this person agreed to date you. That means they accepted you for all of your quirks, right? So if you're the kind of person who'd go and propose in public and they know that you're the kind of person who gives such grand gestures, it would behoove their love for you to not humiliate you in public. And if they do, then this means that they do not care about your well-being. So yes, maybe it is on you, but it also means you're with someone who doesn't understand your sensibilities.
You're making it personal. Now, if you remove yourself from the situation, say...
How am I making it personal? Was that a personal argument or just a general logical argument?
No, it's not like a personal argument because logically speaking, you are an adult. You're a sentient human being who can make decisions on their own. It's not up to someone to tell you, don't propose in public because they love you. No, it's up to you. You know their sensitivities. They don't like public displays of affection or whatever. So why did you go out and propose?
That's a very specific case of a public rejection. You might be rejected for your marriage proposal because they don't like public proposals. That's one. But you might also be rejected for a whole bunch of other reasons. And those others don't fit into that particular reasoning of yours.
My point is... It doesn't, behoove upon the person to say yes to your proposal. Because they're going to say no.
Let me give you a thought experiment, right? If you go out and drink so badly that you fall in a ditch, it's on you.
Yes.
We agree on this, right? Yeah. Now imagine you're out with your girlfriend, right? And you go out and drink so much that you fall in a ditch. Now, she decides that, this guy is just full of shit. I'm going to leave him in this ditch and go home. Because it's on you. Do you think you want to be with that girlfriend after that?
No, that's an entirely different argument.
No, it's not. I don't think so. Both cases are of someone abandoning you in a moment when you need them the most.
Why do you need them? That's like victim. What is the word? It's like gaslighting. Because you're like, you must accept my proposal to show me that you love me.
I actually thought of a way to make it work. It's like, hey, just have this agreement with your girlfriend long before. Have this agreement and be like, hey, if I ever propose in public, just accept it, and then later on you can reject me in private.
But I even feel like if they say no, you really didn't think about it before you did it.
Yeah,
because
you should know.
What's the whole point of being in a relationship if you don't know what your partner likes?
I always say...
By the time you're making a proposal, you probably know what this person likes and what they don't like.
I always say
I feel like
a
we're
proposal
getting
is
hung
not
up on only
guesswork.
one aspect of that
But
argument.
I always say a proposal is not guesswork. Like, you should already know that this person is willing to marry. It should just be a matter of formalizing it.
It's just now formalizing it. You probably talked about it in the house when you're going on dates after those little talks you have.
I agree with that. I agree with all of that. All I'm saying is, I just don't think it makes sense to continue dating someone after they publicly reject your proposal. I just don't think it's a clear message, especially if the rejection was because of...
If they had already brought it up before you proposed and then they said no, now that's different. If you had already discussed it and like it was something you guys were planning to do and then you did it in public, you proposed in public and they said no. Now that's humiliating. Because you expected them to say yes, right?
Imagine if you propose in public.
Right,
And then
or alternatively, you didn't talk about it, but all the signals were right. Maybe you even like, this thing couples do this dumb shit where they start naming their future kids and shit. And discussing your future together. And you're like, it's okay to assume that this means that this person is kind of invested in our future, right? And then you go and propose and then they say no. I mean, then later on they give you the reason that I just don't think I'm ready yet or something. It's like, okay, fair enough. But still, the fact that we are on different wavelengths and I was ready long before you were, A, that's a problem. Second, the fact that now I've been publicly humiliated depending on where I did the proposal kind of means there's no coming back from this damage. It's like, I mean, I'm not necessarily blaming the lady for rejecting, but how do you get over that? You're going to look at this person, he's going to have like fucking flashbacks.
I mean, just make a...
It's going to be long-term damage.
Just make a simple proposal.
Because even if you get back together, that's always going to be a point of reference when you're having issues.
Yeah.
Like, you've gone into relationships sometimes, I'm assuming, where the girl you were pursuing...
You're assuming.
You had to ask her like more than once to be a girl, right? It happens. It's the same thing.
No, I've never actually had such a scenario.
But it does happen.
I always have success the first time, every time.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it happens.
Yeah,
sometimes
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. So it's the same thing as marriage. Like, you might be ready, but she's not yet.
So
you give her time.
I don't agree.
It's a personal opinion. But imagine this.
I just think marriage has more gravity than asking someone to be your girlfriend.
Imagine
you rejected the first time. That's pretty much it, man.
Imagine you plan this grand proposal. You have everyone present. And then all of a sudden the power goes out.
I mean, I don't understand where we're going with this. If the power goes out, is she still going to reject me?
I mean, she's not even going to see the ring. But there's been a lot of power outages lately.
I knew that was a segue. The moment you started that line, I knew that was a segue. So fuck you first. Second, I can use my phone flashlight to show her the ring.
That would be so embarrassing.
Solved.
That would be embarrassing though.
But anyway, yes, the Kenya Power thing. Okay, fine, you win. Let's go into that next topic.
I mean, I saw the card and whatever. Look around the studio.
The weed is working overtime.
No, I mean, you didn't see it?
I wasn't looking, man. I was focused on this conversation. This says a lot about where your focus is.
I'm focusing on the recording. My focus is on live.
Okay, so we've had a lot of blackouts nationwide, like widespread blackouts in the country in the past couple months.
And in the brief, Trevor is saying
he
suspects we might be going in South Africa's direction. South Africa has been having a lot of...
No, that's because they said like the I don't know who CS Churchill is. Like, what the hell is that?
Churchill.
What's the ministry?
Sounds like
I'm
a type
so
of
ignorant in this.
Sounds like a type of ethnic food.
Probably the CS of Kenya Power, or something. I don't know.
Like injera.
Oh my God, this must be my most ignorant moment. But yeah, so like some cabinet secretary called Chirchir,
Young Cheer.
He says the government is considering load shedding to stop constant power blackouts. And what load shedding is when power companies reduce electricity consumption by kind of like switching off the power supply to certain parts so that you don't overload the whole system. And this has been happening in South Africa already. So that's why he's saying that we might be going the way of South Africa, because it kind of like started in 2007 South Africa till to this day.
So what's the actual issue with the power? Because I heard there was also outages at JKIA, which is an embarrassment to the country.
The Kenya power situation is pretty complex, by the way. There are quite a few things going on. On the one hand, we've got a bunch of suppliers, right? And you know the way they say you generate electricity via hydroelectric dams and all that shit. we don't get as much of like the hydroelectric dams we have around don't give us enough power. So what we have is a lot of companies, third-party companies, supplying us. Like one runs a geothermal plant somewhere, the other one is, running a wind farm, etc. And actually, even the Danish government and like some Scandinavian governments are involved in this because they actually supply us. Like they sponsor companies to create, to supply Kenya Power with power, and then some we buy from Uganda. Imagine that Uganda actually supplies us with some electricity. So what happens is, sometimes, because Kenya Power is broke, we can't pay these companies to supply us. And because they're doing business, they switch off the supply. And so we don't have enough power supply to supply the whole country. And then we get these weird trip-ups. That's one. The other one is because the system is so integrated that you usually have like one substation supplying a very large area, or like something along those lines. And if even a small trip up happens, it's gonna affect a large area, and it's gonna take a while before they fix it. So it's not decoupled. We would need a lot more substations, a much more robust system with like more distribution in the country. One of the best example I have of this is how locally we have this transformer that's been bugging us a lot. Transformers are the ones that, make sure the power gets to the houses from the power lines. But the thing is, if you have one transformer supplying too many houses, they're pulling it, they tend to overload it, right? It would be better if in a large enough area to have like 2 transformers or 3 transformers. So in our area, we've been having...
2 transformers are better than 1.
Yeah, so in our area, we've been having a lot of power cuts just because the transformer keeps tripping up. So what we're seeing is also kind of like this, but on a larger scale, right? One of the biggest problems.
I was gonna make a joke.
Another, it's a good place to also introduce another problem that really faces KPLC is that there's so much corruption there. Because what happens is, how like the prices just keep going up of your power units? What happens is,
I heard they were also recovering like some money that was owed by the petrol companies, I guess, because of the reductions in the fuel prices or something like that. I don't know. They were connected in one way.
Right. I don't know about that, but like one of the things that happens is that the officials, the higher ups, go on to form some of the companies that supply electricity to Kenya Power, and because they have like an inside, they've got inside information, they've got connections. They get through the procurement committees and stuff, and they get these contracts to supply. And, they just like have third-party companies out there. And then they make sure in the contracts that the payment scheme is denominated in dollars or some other foreign currency. That way, they're always getting a certain amount in dollars, regardless of how the foreign exchange rate is going. So if they're going to supply you 100 units for $100, you're always going to have to pay them $100 as KPLC, regardless of how much $100 transfers to Kenyan shillings. But here's the problem. KPLC charges consumers in shillings. And when we've seen the shilling inflating against the dollar the way it's going, it has to kind of like pass on that cost to us, because how the fuck does it afford to pay the dollars because of the currency, the exchange risk? Meanwhile, these guys, the same officials who have to then, complain like, oh yeah, we have to raise the prices for consumers because we can't afford our bills, are the same guys who are connected to the companies that are supplying electricity to KPLC in dollars and therefore demanding more money. So it's just like a kind of clusterfuck going on, where the KPLC is literally shooting itself in the foot because these guys just want to enrich themselves at the expense of the rest of the country.
Have you ever experienced a power outage at a music event, like an event that you had?
Yeah.
Really? What happened? Like, what event was it?
It was a main stage. It's called main stage. It's actually
main stage.
An event. Yeah. It's an event.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. It's happening on 31st.
So you're in the middle of the performance, and then the power just goes out.
Power went
and you're singing at the top of your lungs.
So what was the experience?
Went out for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bet there was a lot of groping going on there. The dark.
Were you there? Were you groped? Were you groped enough?
I wasn't doing the groping.
It's probably like a really bad situation to be in as a girl.
Yeah.
Are you sure? It depends on what kind of girl you are.
I mean, yeah, but like most girls, just because you're a girl doesn't mean you want to be touched by random hands.
If you're Japanese and on a train,
like one of the most.
You know what I'm talking about. If you're Japanese and on a train.
Oh, Japanese in a bus. like one of the most I think ignorant assumptions that I see is the assumption that
Men like to be groomed.
No. It's the assumption that a gay person would feel like they're in heaven if they went to jail. That's not true.
Yeah, that's
Just
not
because
true.
you like dick doesn't mean you want to go to a place and get raped. Or doesn't mean you want to have sex with every other guy you see. It's the same way just because if a girl is a sex addict doesn't mean she wants to have sex with every other man. Or just because she likes her boobs touched doesn't mean she just wants any grubby hands touching her boobs.
Okay, there, sir, pervert.
I'm just saying, logically.
Pervert Hoover.
Yeah.
Pervert Hooters.
But yeah, about the KPLC situation though, on a serious note, it's interesting to see things like this happening because I'd love to see what kinds of solutions people come up with. For example, I have a power backup unit where I charge
But it only
it.
works for a few hours, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean that's because my batteries are old, but if I replace them it can run for 16 hours. But like another option, and this is really cool, it would be like to get solar because with really good solar panels you can have your power needs
the only
supplied for
problem
quite a
is
while.
solar is actually quite expensive. It takes like 180,000.
But it keeps getting cheaper over time. Not to mention, while solar is expensive, if you invest one time in it, the savings from power over the years kind of like justify that expense.
The sun will never get old.
And then there's the other argument that maybe, just maybe, we should either A, privatize KPLC, or B, allow private players to start supplying power to the country as well. And introduce some healthy competition in the space. Because this is literally a parastatal. They have no competition, they'll do whatever the fuck they want. They're not accountable to anyone,
In fact, all they do on Twitter is just make memes. KPLC. Their account is just there for making memes.
That's true.
Exactly.
I'm surprised the outages haven't trended. Because like the list of the most search Kenyan personalities in 2023 came out, and KPLC was one of them. Although it's not really a personality.
Yeah, well,
But Millicent Omanga was number one.
Kenya.
She's a politician.
I think every single person on this list has been in some
Sex tape,
scandal.
some
Very
sex
few
tape.
haven't.
Yeah.
Millicent Amango had the sex tape thing, which was proven to be fake.
Wait, is it fake?
Yeah, it was fake.
It was fake.
Some
That wasn't
sleuths.
her.
Well, were her nudes fake too? The nudes that they showed.
I'm not sure about the
I think
Who
the
would
nudes
go
were fake
to
too.
that extent
I'm not sure
of
about the
making
news,
fakes
but
of
the
a
tape
tape?
was
the
fake.
tape was fake.
Who would make a fake sex tape of a mumama? Like, why?
Right.
Is that how far we've fallen as a people?
No, the video happened. It
I mean,
just
it's
wasn't
probably
her.
just like regular porn. It's just like a regular porn video. Like I've seen so many of these.
Yeah.
Like they take a regular porn video where
Right.
the person looks so much like a particular
You
celebrity.
don't even
and
see
then-
their face that well.
Like Aziad has been trolled in this way so many times. Like Aziad sex tape leaks.
Well, you said everyone on this list has been involved in some scandal.
Pastor Ezekiel was leading a cult. He was connected to the Pastor
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie thing.
Yeah.
DJ Fatso, remember the killing of
The
Jeff?
murder case.
Was it Jeff or
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Georgina Njenga, also her nudes were leaked.
Nudes. Yeah.
And also, her boyfriend, what's his name? Bahat? Was
Well, he's not on
exposed
this
for
list.
conning people out of their hard-earned money.
What a relationship.
It was quite one hell of a family. They have a child together.
That child is gonna be the
Al
king
Capone.
Is gonna be like the king of all thieves.
There's Pastor Mackenzie. We all know about him and the food he was involved in.
Nabado
or the lack of the
Jaturamba.
food that he was.
Didn't he say that he was gonna haunt us? Like he's gonna haunt the police.
Takuramba.
Chakuramba. It's
Tawaramba.
gonna lick you in your dreams. Sounds nice.
What was it? Usichokijua.
Kinachotafuta.
Faith Kipyegon. I think Faith Kipyegon is the only good one because she was involved in
Yeah.
a scandal.
Wait,
Yeah, she wasn't.
When
She
she
broke records like in
Oh, okay,
athletics, for like long distance running.
And she's number 6. Is that number 6?
This is the 6th one. All the 5 before her have been
just
involved
sex
in a
tapes
scandal
and
around.
That
Scandal
shows
or
you
whatever.
where Kenyans' minds are.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like,
She
people are
should be
sensitive.
she should be the first one on that list.
I mean,
We
think
love
about,
no.
gossip a
I mean, think
lot.
about
But
it.
no.
You know, think about all the morning shows like Classic 105, Case. All they talk about while people are going to work are things like relationship issues and things like that. That's where your focus is.
That's actually one of the
Yeah.
reasons. One of the reasons why.
As you're going to work.
One of the reasons why we kind of like. That you're saying ThinkShack has a message or something. One of the reasons why we started ThinkShack is because we got tired of all the
Our message
local
is use
podcasts
condoms.
that just talk about like the most generic shit. We're like, you don't always have to talk about relationships. Just shoot the shit. Talk about some cool stuff, some funny stuff, some
about
intellectual
everything.
stuff. Exactly. And then we have Matiang'i, the politician.
What was that about?
I mean, he's had a lot going on. He fucked over a certain KCPE class.
Wow.
It was a class of like 20, what was it? KCPE and KCSE, 2018. The 2018 KCSEs.
Why was Chebukati still trending?
2016, 2017, and then I think he was involved in COVID in some way, like really not in a bad way.
He caused it.
Spreading it or what?
Like I think it had something to do with like, was it like the curfews and stuff? I don't know. Was that the other guy? The
security guy. I don't know.
The minister of health at the time. What was this? Kahush. Mutahi Kagwe. That was the one. Yeah, because it's Kahush's father, Kahush the musician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I think like Matiang was also like a prominent person in government that day, and I remember him getting a lot of
flack. I'm saying he's the dad, so he's Kihush. He's like the junior is Kahush.
Yeah.
Kihush.
And then there's Chebukati. He was the guy who announced, Ruto's win over Raila.
But that was a while ago, wasn't that?
I mean, it's still searched because we're still suffering from our choices, so it's still relevant.
They're like, why? Why did we do this?
He'll be relevant for the next 10 years.
Chebukati was like John the Baptist.
Yeah, we're gonna go there in a minute. And then Martha Koome, the Chief Justice.
I don't even know that.
I heard the name and I think she was involved in something recently. What was it?
Martha Koome.
What did she do?
I'm ignorant like that. I'm sorry.
I don't remember. But then there was Mother Wangara, the weed lady.
Oh, yes. Now I know.
At least we know for Martha Koome, Chebukati and Matiang, it was all politics. Mother Wangara was just like, she got caught finally or not, depending on which theory you believe. But yeah, we can finally go to meme review because we're almost done. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first since I look first for things.
Oh, I have quite a few things. Oh my god, like ThinkShackers send a lot of memes to us and they're usually really cool memes. There's this guy called Bichachi. Oh, he's awesome. He's great sense of humor and he's always liking all our stories, all our posts, and he's always sending some great memes. Okay, so here's a video about the horse illusion. I'd like for you guys to see this. So here it is.
Which way do you see the horse walking? This is a crazy optical illusion in which you can see the horse walking forwards or backwards depending on how you look at it. It actually determines if you're left-brained or right-brained. So the vast majority of people, like 90+% of people, see the horse walking forward. If you see it walking backward, then you're very unique. Which way do you see the horse walking?
Which way do you see it walking?
See the horse walking. This is a crazy optical illusion in which you can see the horse walking forwards or backwards depending on how you look at it. It actually determines if you're left-brained or right-brained. So
I actually did a poll of this on ThinkShack, and I'll show you what we have. Like most people. Like 90% of respondents said it's walking backwards, and supposedly you're supposed to be unique if you think it's walking backwards.
Wow. You're not unique.
How are we all unique? What the fuck?
It just wants to make you feel special so you like the post. You're like, oh my god, I'm special.
Yeah.
I'm
Here
the
it is.
chosen one.
Sorry, this is Safaricom telling me, customer chunga. Yo, that unatumia. Nyako. So these were the poll results. 92% of respondents said it's walking backwards.
Wow.
I actually think you can make it walk forwards depending on where you focus on the horse. Like if you look at its neck and focus, because I managed to do that while looking at it. If you look at the neck and focus on that, it seems to be walking forward. Like just try to focus on this part.
Crazy optical illusion
You think you can make it walk forwards? Oh my god.
No way.
I guess I'm the unique one here then. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, so this is like a new reality show. So Adam has selected a winner to smash his wife. It's apparently where you
reality.
Yeah, you choose a porn star to smash your wife, and the porn star kind of have to compete for it. So.
Well, damn. Stop playing with me. My boy. All right, bro.
Should we go upstairs right now?
I'm with it. I don't give a Let's do it. Boy, the things I'm gonna do to you.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be the night.
Lil D is a famous porn star. I just know that because I've researched it. I definitely didn't watch any of his porn. Oh, and this is a cool one. You ever seen someone with a beard so big you couldn't find his mouth? So you had to give him some water.
He was in danger of dying.
That's where it is. Now I find it.
He was in danger of dying because he couldn't find his beard.
Anyway,
So
that's 3 from me. Next is you, John.
So I've always wondered, like, some of these things, you know, the continental style of eating, there's some things you can't enjoy like that. Like, let's say roasted maize.
You mean like using like the fork and knife and shit?
But apparently you can do almost anything with a fork and knife. This guy demonstrates how to eat.
That's what, this sounds so perverted, but okay.
No, it won't taste the same.
You can do almost anything with a fork and knife.
Imagine if you ate a cat like
It
that.
won't taste the same.
Etiquette expert demonstrates how the queen would eat a banana. Oh my god.
It's exquisite.
This looks like a lot of work though.
And the way he flips it over.
Oh my god.
Imagine if you had to eat all your bananas like that.
How did Europeans just come up with the idea that you need tools to eat?
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Like,
if you don't like
you literally have hands. Why did we want to go the extra step? And then just like call it civilization.
I suppose it's cleaner because you have to use your hands for almost everything. So by the time you're sitting down to eat, you've already touched the plate, you've already touched the table mat. But a fork has only touched the food and the plate.
Just
so
wash your hands.
Okay, fair enough.
But how many times will you wash your hands? By the time you close the door of the bathroom, you've touched germs again. You dry your hand on the towel, chances are it has some germs on it. So forks are
That's why
important.
the sink should be outside the bathroom.
No, but even outside the bathroom still. You still have to touch the tap most of the time.
Yeah, but Africans have been eating like that since forever.
And that's why we're poor.
Did we die?
That's why we're behind.
Yeah, that's the reason, guys.
That's exactly what
if only we ate with forks and knives, we'd be way wealthier. That is exactly it.
If we did it before, like the time. So look at this animal. You know what that's called? That's called a sloth.
Very
but I
slow.
love the way he picks it up at the end.
Oh my god. It's like the Titanic scene. Wow. This sloth is having the time of its life.
But would you touch a sloth? They look like disgusting animals.
I
And
know.
then the last one here. How times have changed.
How boredom looked like when we were kids. Yeah, I can relate to most of these.
Yeah. It's so pointless though, most of
I
it.
did this all the time.
Yeah, it's like unnibbing and re-nibbing your pencil.
That music is very relaxing.
I know. I have one more. This one is vulgar as fuck, but like, there's this
It's
guy.
not relaxing at all, is it?
No, it is. It is kind of relaxing. This is probably from Bernard Mwangi. He's the one who likes to share these a lot.
Did you say he's a man who likes to share these a lot?
Yeah, these kinds of videos. But it's like, imagine if your wife's best friend makes a toast to your wife. Makes a toast at your wedding. So, here it is.
I'd like to make a toast to the bride and the groom. Gloria, as a good friend of yours, you know that I love you so much. I love you too. And I'm so happy that you found someone like Anthony that makes you so happy. It's true. I do make you happy. I do. Because everybody, before Gloria met Anthony, Gloria's taste in men was terrible. Oh my God. Because she's been tasting a lot of men. Let me tell y'all. I should know. I was one of them. Me too. And me. Myself included. This nasty ass, filthy ass bitch eat up a dick like Tiana herself. Gloria, aka Gloria the Throat Goddess, been ran through more than Boston. She been passed around more than COVID. She done snatched more souls than heaven. This the only bitch that is immune to all STDs. It ain't a football team in California or a nigga down in Arizona that ain't fucked or been sucked by Gloria. Look, I'm sure we all is gonna miss filling Gloria up like a jelly donut.
What do you do after that? As the bridegroom, what is it called?
Public humiliation. You cancel the wedding. Right at the ceremony. That's what you do.
And then it's a prank. It's a prank.
I think we can call it off now. This has been probably.
Let's call off this wedding. This is the ThinkShack. Thank you so much for taking
This is the botched wedding shack today.
Yeah.
So
Call it off.
botched weddings.
This is John.
This is Ramsey.
And
Nana
the Melanin Queen.
Yeah.
Go and check her out on Instagram. Play with yourself when you have time.
Yeah. And definitely do not marry Gloria.
Bye, guys.